Welcome to Great Chefs, a culinary tour of the United States, featuring some of the country's finest chefs.
An appetizer comes from the famous 21 Club in Manhattan. Erik Blauberg cooks red mullet, braised in herb-infused oil, served with kaffir-flavored nage and caviar. Then Michael Jordan prepares the main course from Las Vegas. It's seared king salmon, served on wilted greens with Provençal relish and bell pepper vinaigrette. John Besh presents dessert from Louisiana, the Italian classic panna cotta, with fresh fruit flavored with jasmine tea syrup and garnished with lavender tuile cookies. The 21 Club in New York has a colorful history, dating from Prohibition, when presumably it was one of the city's swankiest speakeasies. Erik Blauberg is the executive chef now and brings a long list of credits, including work with Roger Verger and Paul Bocuse. His dish is red mullet and caviar.
Here I have some olive oil. We're going to add our olive oil right into our pot like so. Now next up, I have some opal basil, a little bit of green basil, some fresh rosemary, have some lemon thyme, and I also have a little bit of marjoram. Have some peppercorns. I'm going to add those right into our oil like so. I have some sea salt. And that's what our braising liquid should look like. Now, what we're going to do with this mullet, first of all, we're going to fillet it. We're going to make sure that it's cleaned, it's scaled, this is already scaled, and basically you just want to rub the fish like so and remove all the scales, and then run your knife down the fish like so. And we're going to turn it over onto the other side, and we're going to cut right in back of the head like so, just a little bit, and we're going to run the knife right down the bone. Now, we want to be careful not to cut through the fish entirely, because what we want to do is we want to try to keep this intact. So we're just going to cut that right out of there like so. And this is what we have, basically. Now, what I have here is a leek tie. Now, what the leek tie is basically a leek that I place in boiling water with a little bit of salt, blanch it off for about 2 minutes, and I cut them into strips like so. Now, what I'm going to do with this fillet is I'm going to kind of roll this like so, and then bring up the other side of the fillet like that. Now, we're going to take that leek tie, and we're going to wrap it right around the fish like so. And then we're going to tie it in a little knot. I'm going to remove all the excess. So we're going to season it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm going to take that, I'm going to place it right into our oil. And here I have one that I've already done as well. We're going to place that right into the oil. Let's add a little bit more oil to that. You want to make sure that the fish is covered in oil. And there we go. Now we're going to place it in a 350-degree oven
for 4 minutes.
Now next up we have a nage. And what I have here is I have some onions, I have some celery, I have some tomatoes, I have some kaffir leaves, some butter, some Belgua Caviar, and of course I have some champagne as well. And I basically sliced everything up, and I've sweated it off in just a little bit of oil. And we're going to get it going here just a little bit, like so. And you want to sweat it off till it's translucent. You want to release all the natural sugars, but you don't want to color the vegetables, very important. Now we're going to take our champagne, we're going to add it right into our vegetables. Now here I have these are manila clams, and these are top necks. And then here we have some green mussels from New Zealand. Now we're going to take all of these and we're just going to basically add it right into our vegetables and champagne here. And we want to let that simmer. And what we're going to do here is we're making a broth. The cover, John? And we want to just cover that up, and we're going to let that steam up just a little bit. Because we're going to strain it out, like so. And you want to push all the juice out. This is going to make a great broth.
The broth is transferred and reduced slightly. Then butter, chervil, thyme, and kaffir lime leaf are added.
And I also have some kaffir leaf, which is a leaf from the Philippines and also grown in Hawaii. And has a very aromatic flavor. Comes from the lime tree. We're going to stir that right into our mix. And we want it all frothy like so. I have one of these electric hand mixers.
The cooked fish is drained.
Okay, I'm going to take that, we're going to place it right on the dish. We have our nage. The nage right around like so. Here we have our Belgua Caviar. Place the caviar right alongside it. I have some tomatoes. The tomatoes around. I have some kaffir leaf that I've julienned. And